Welcome back to the Black Star video. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rich, and today we're going to talk about Cardano stablecoins on this network, why they're necessary, and what we need them for. Let's get it. So if you like the content, please hit that like button, help YouTube get this channel out there to more people. If you want to get notified every time I make a video, please hit that bell notification. Every time I make a video, you'll get notified. So today we're going to talk about stablecoins on Cardano. And Cardano's ecosystem is blockchain, and they are a must-have. It gives us stability. It gives us a lot more versatility in this ecosystem, and they're very much so needed. So we're going to have 3 different stablecoins on the Cardano blockchain. One is a synthetic asset. We're going to talk about that in a very short second. Another one is going to be backed by actual fiat US dollars. And the next one is going to be based on an algorithm, something like Luna did with UST, but a lot more secure. So let's get it. So the first synthetic asset is brought to us by the Indigo Protocol, IUSD asset. So that way we have some type of stable coins, and we can try to mitigate the volatility in ADA right now in Cardano. So let's take a look. So the Indigo Protocol launched sometime in January. They made their first 2 synthetic assets, was IBTC to represent Bitcoin, and then there's IUSD to represent the US dollar in a synthetic version. And all the assets are over collateralized by ADA and only ADA, right? So the differences between that and Luna is that as if this was to get burnt or traded off, ADA is not getting burnt and traded off on the other end, and the collateralization stays there until a later date. So the idea is that if and when ADA raises in value, then it's covered. It gets the volatility of the US and the USD and or BTC, because if BTC raises in value, then it's automatically understood that ADA may raise in value as well, right? ADA is a major project. Cardano is anyway. So it kind of works within itself, so that way the over collateralization, if someone was trying to act malicious, that nothing should happen, nothing malicious should happen as a result, and you wouldn't have the same offset of situations that happened with the Luna coin and IUST. So recently they also added ETH for Ethereum, so we now have BTC, Ethereum, and a stablecoin brought to you by the Indigo Protocol. Just to give you an example, as you can see, Wing Riders have IUSD as a stable asset on its platform, so that way you can interchange whichever coin you have back into IUSD, and if volatility was to happen, you'd be saved right there. So you'll be okay if you hold IUSD on Wing Riders or in your wallet, you'll be fine. Then you can always go back and convert them back on the DEX or stake them on the Indigo Protocol. So now at the MinSwap DEX, they also support IUSD. And as you can see right now is 3.4 ADA to make a $1 US. And let's switch these around. And until we get an actual Oracle solution to refine everything on price data feeds, things are going to be a little bit off. Right now it's saying that it's $1.10. $1 is actually $1.10 in ADA. But once they get the Oracle solution situated, things will be a lot better. So let's give some pressure to Charlie 3. Charlie 3, come on, let's get your Oracle solutions going. We really need you. Cardano needs this service ASAP. But again, you can see that there are 2 main DEXs that support the USD pairing with ADA and other coins, and that is very, very important. Very important for us. So we'll get into that in a second. But right now we do have a stable coin on our ecosystem, within our ecosystem, and able to be traded against other pairs. or rather can be paired with other coins. So the most anticipated stablecoins of them all is the one brought to you by the company called COTI, and they're making a coin called DJED. So if you want to find out more about the COTI platform, COTI protocol, you can come to COTI.io, and they have tons of information for you here so you can get well acquainted with them and what they're about. So this is DJED's testnet, their website. You can go to djed.xyz. I'm going to put the link in the description. So as you can see, you're going to need the Shen reserve coin and then the DJED stable coin to actually transact. So the DJED, which is going to be the stable coin, is supported by the Shen, which holds reserve of ADA within it. So that way, that also stops malicious actors. And if we look down now, the reserve ratio is 530%, right? So that's a good ratio of coins versus stable coins that are needed to make sure that any malicious actor won't succeed in whatever they want to try and do, right? Trying to dump and short the market, causing volatility and making people sell off or trade off and have a big issue happen. So that's not going to happen here with the DJED stablecoin. So DJED is going to be another well-renowned, very sought after stablecoin because it's going to offer some other potentials where people can earn passive income by providing liquidity to the DJED platform. So the most anticipated of them all is the Emurgo stablecoin. USDA is going to be backed by actual currency, fiat dollars, or maybe bonds, the same way that Circle does their USDC coin. They're 65% backed by US Treasury bonds. And that is amazing. So you have a digital asset that's represented on the blockchain and backed by actual physical asset of money, US currency. And that is actually pretty good. But anyway, let's get into it. Emurgo launches first USD-backed stablecoin for Cardano's ecosystem. All right, fueled by Cardano and designed to safeguard Web3 companies and consumers from crypto market volatility, USDA leverages stability in the US dollar combined with Cardano's security, low fees, and eco-friendly blockchain. This new stablecoin offering locks in values of investors' crypto assets by pegging one-to-one the US dollar, reducing volatility and unlocking fast global transactions without legacy banking and payment infrastructure delays. The Cardano ecosystem was built on the ethos of bringing real-world applications to crypto and creating a foundation to build the economy of the future. The introduction of a fully fiat-backed, regulatory-compliant stablecoin is the next step in realizing the future of our community. So this is going to be a big picture. This is not just about having a stablecoin, a reserve of volatility, but also so much more is going to happen here. If we start using the Cardano blockchain as a gateway to job payments, bill payments, all types of normal transactions that happen now on a very cheap scale as for fees, that's going to be interesting, very interesting. I think there's one slight fundamental problem that we'll get into in a later video when we're talking about transaction fees, and we'll talk about that later on. But anyway, this article is a little bit intense. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I want to get into something else in regards to the Emurgo stablecoin. I'll leave the link in the description so you can read it for yourself and get the rest of the details. Not much left to read, but it'll be there. So Emurgo continues to say there's 5 examples how stablecoins can be used by the Cardano community. Now, I'm not going to get into all of them in detail, but we're going to talk about them real quick. Fiat-backed stablecoins. It is well known that cryptocurrency prices, including NFTs, are relatively volatile in part due to their nascent status. Due to volatile prices, cryptocurrency market stablecoins have emerged as a popular hedging solution. Stablecoins are a type of blockchain-based crypto assets that peg its value to a major fiat currency, commodity, or computer algorithm. The most commonly used stablecoins are pegged and backed one-to-one with major fiat currencies such as US dollars, euro, Japan yen, and others. For every issued fiat-backed stablecoin, there's an equal amount of physical cash in reserve held by its issuer, such as redeemed by the stablecoin user. In this article, we'll discuss the top 5 use cases for stablecoins with the focus on fiat-backed stablecoins and their reasons. Stablecoin use case: a better Cardano portfolio management with quick settlement. So we're going to skip on down. For decentralized exchanges, DEX, peer-to-peer currency exchanges without central entity, this was largely impossible in the beginning as there was no regulatory way for DEX to be connected to a fiat currencies. See, so now what that happens is that you can actually probably, we can get these on exchanges, and then if it's backed one-to-one dollar, we can go on Binance or Coinbase, for example, buy the stablecoin, transfer it to the DEX, and then once it's on the DEX, we can do as we please. And you don't need to have a central authority say you need to get it. As time goes on and crypto evolves, these stablecoins will have a huge part to play in our general economy. And number 2, better store of value for Cardano communities in developing nations. Now continuing, these countries sometimes experience high levels of inflation that are much higher and more frequent than wealthy nations due to the weakness of their local currencies and inconsistent government policies. In these countries, government also typically introduce capital controls to prevent the local populace from buying dollars or euros to protect their purchasing power. So now what this does with stablecoins, if it becomes more world-renowned, now we'll have a whole stable ecosystem, US dollars, for instance, right? With these stable coins backed by US dollars, which now leverages itself in other economies so that way they can do more with these digital assets, this digital money. Immense difference in these countries because now they don't have to worry about how their dollar fluctuates in buying stuff. They'll have a stable asset based off of a very strong ecosystem and economy that will generate more opportunities for them if they use it. So stable coins are great, and Cardano's trying to change the world, trying to bank the unbanked and make the unbanked bankable, right? Banking ourselves by using blockchain, by using our own wallets and being responsible. And guess what? Also being able to take our hard-earned value and reinvest it ourselves and gain that gain of interest by lending it out and putting into a liquidity pool or what have you. So that way we gain that benefit instead of the banks using our money to make money. We can use our own money, our own value to make our own value back. So number 3, stable payroll systems for companies building on and accepting payments in Cardano ADA. Payments have always been elusive yet clear use case for crypto industry. It has been elusive due to the volatility of the cryptocurrencies, which makes them unattractive to most traditional business owners and people, as it can be difficult to predict value. If what you receive as payment can go up or down rather quickly and significantly, for that reason, few goods and services are paid directly with crypto. Yet there are an increasing number of services that accept payment in crypto like Cardano ADA, such as Referral.com, the leading blockchain-based travel booking platform with more than 3 million travel products in over 230 countries and territories around the world, which is very true. Let's say you want to get paid in Bitcoin and it's in bull market. You get it, $100, trend goes up, now it's $200. Just saying, right? You made $200. But on the interim, let's say it goes the other way. Hey, you got paid $100 and it starts to go down. You have $100 in Cardano and Bitcoin went down Cardano. Bitcoin went down 80%. Now you have $20. I mean, let's be for real. That does not work as a payment gateway system for anything. It doesn't work at all. We need Bitcoin to be 10 times more stable, less volatility before it can actually be a payment gateway. Right now, payment remittance and payment services, right? I can't really use Bitcoin. It doesn't really work. Bitcoin is a store of value, like gold. Nothing more, nothing less. Can you send it to someone as a payment? Yes, you can. And if they accept it, that's great. I would definitely accept Bitcoin as a payment because Bitcoin's always going to be here. It's always going to go up. There's a good chance that Bitcoin will be renowned for years to come. So will ADA. ADA has a lot more possibilities. We think that Bitcoin would be our store of value. In all honesty, all these assets can be a store of value in some way, shape, or form. All of them. So this is a really good way of getting a stable coin into the ecosystem. And if we get to use this as a payment gateway for other companies and our services, this is great because now we have stability, right? Stable coins bring stability. So not just Emurgos, but Indigos and also COTI stable coin. All these stable coins are going to bring so much more value to Cardano. It's amazing, right? You talk about cross-border payments, right? You send ADA over during the bear market, and 1 minute you're trying to send over $50. By the time it gets there, it's $35. I mean, it gets there pretty quick, but I'm just saying, you don't want to lose value. So if you convert your ADA into a stable coin and then shoot it over there, guess what? Or you buy a stable coin with your ADA and you shoot it over there, it's stable at $1. The value goes down. That's not on you. That's on the DEX, right? It's fine. But they have a fluff factor for volatility just in case because over collateralized. So it's good. So sending payments over right now, Swift takes forever. It can take days and or hours, and you got to get to the banks at certain times. With Cardano and stable coins, transactions can be done in seconds. right? Payments can be remitted in seconds, and we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about days and hours, and the fees are 10 times less than what a Swift payment would be, or a wire transfer, or any of that would be from your bank. And on top of that, you don't have to get anybody's permission. So number 5 is escrow. And I'm not going to highlight it, but just going to read it out to you. Stablecoin utilizes decentralized blockchain network and are integrated with smart contracts. They can automate escrow functions according to specific contractual conditions programmed into the smart contract between multiple parties without the need for a centralized third party. This can reduce the overall commission fees for parties involved in a large transaction, as well as provide transparency to audit the smart contract as they wish. So let's say you have a company, you're dealing company to company, and to ensure that the transaction is going to go through, you want to have an escrow service. With this format, you don't need to have an escrow services at all. You don't need a third party centralized authority to be in the middle between the transaction between two people. You can have a transaction that says if XYZ fills ABC's responsibility, and yes, I agree, he filled it, and then they may say they filled it, may provide some type of proof, and then the proof is uploaded to the blockchain, analyzed, and then you give the authorization, say, yes, it's been approved, everything's fine, and it releases the funds over without any hindrances. And on top of that, it can also gain some type of short-term interest, and both parties are actually pretty happy. So escrow services, remittance services, payroll services, all on Cardano's blockchain are coming. All right, and these things are somewhat available right now in other blockchains, namely Ethereum, but we need this in Cardano's ecosystem ASAP. It makes us more renowned, more usable, more welcoming, right? We're building, Cardano's building, and these stablecoin platforms, protocols are going to make a huge difference, especially one that's backed by fiat like the USDC and the UST Tether and on Ethereum's blockchain, and Coin as well. I'm not going to take credit from anybody. But we're building, Cardano's building. We're going to be taking a lot more serious with these stable coins under our belt. So let's get ready. 2023, 2024 is going to be crazy. So we talked about stable coins. We talked about Emurgo. We talked about COTI with the DJED. We talked about Indigo Protocol with its iAsset, iBTC, and iETH. Synthetic assets, those are all great. DJ is going to be the algorithm stablecoin, and things are happening, right? Emurgo is backed by actual fiat, maybe treasury bonds. Who knows how they're doing it? Not sure yet, but it's coming. Next couple months is going to be very interesting. Tons of projects are going to be released this year. Hopefully, all of them will be released this year, and we need Charlie 3 to provide its Oracle services ASAP. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rich. I appreciate you watching this video. Black Star, we are the light in the darkness. Peace.